What a year. I'll do probably like one big team every single week, or every couple of days I'll do a team. And the team that I'll look at right now is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers are a fascinating ball club. You have Jameis Winston, last year of his contract. Jameis, going to be 25 years old. His average salary, $6 million, is going to be a free agent in 2020. Jared Goff, 2021. Famous Jameis, though. Famous Jameis Winston, okay? This is a big, big, big year for Jameis Winston, okay? Jameis Winston over his career, 58 interceptions. I talked about today a little bit how, interceptions can be, Brett Favre, top 10 all-time in interceptions. John Elway, top 10 all-times in interceptions. Eli, top 10 in all-times in interceptions. Peyton Manning, I just said that. Sometimes interceptions are a stat that, you can throw a pick, it's almost like a punt sometimes. And I like quarterbacks that are aggressive. And Jameis is aggressive. He has arm talent. He doesn't have quick feet. He gets sacked a lot, Jameis Winston. He gets sacked a lot. He also fumbles the football a lot. But per average, the guy puts up 260 yards a game passing the football. Now, I know he has Mike Evans. I know he had Deshaun Watson. He has O.J. Howard, Cameron Brate. With Bruce Arians could tell the guy where to put it. I mean, he had Ben, he had Andrew Luck, and of course he had Carson Palmer, and Carson was damn good under Bruce Arians. But when you look at the NFC South, the Saints will still be decent at home. You're still not going to go into New Orleans and probably win a whole lot of games, but the Saints are fading away. I look at the Atlanta Falcons, and I'm intrigued by the new hires at the offensive coordinator spot, Dirk Cutter. I'm intrigued by Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Tack McKinley, the guys that they have. Keanu Neal going into a contract year. Deion Buchanan, the guys on their defense, the guy from Grady Jarrett on that offensive line or defensive line, Vic Beasley, guys like that. I'm intrigued by Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, Austin Hooper, the guards, Jake Matthews. Listen to their offensive line. They have Jake Matthews as a left tackle out of Texas A&M. Has been a staple in this damn league, a Pro Bowl player. The Mack guy, Alex Mack, as their center. They also, selected a guard, Chris Lindstrom, early, and Chris McGarry from Washington at 31. Their offensive line's going to be great. Devontae Freeman, Ito Smith, but really Devontae, this is the year for Freeman. This is a big-time year for Freeman. But could Tampa Bay hang in this division? I think that they'll sweep Carolina. Carolina's firing Ron Rivera. They're a dumpster fire right now with Cam Newton. His shoulder's not even working that well. Carolina, not a lot of firepower. They lost Devin Funchess. It's a loss. Greg Olson's about to retire. Ron Rivera now having to call the defensive plays again. He's insecure. Ron Rivera's insecure right now. You could say Dan Quinn's insecure, but Dan Quinn in the last 3 seasons, he's won playoff games in just about every year. And then last year, Keanu Neal, Buchanan go down. That defense had so many injuries the last couple of years, okay? So, you look at the Bucs, right? I was high on the Bucs. I thought that Ronald Jones would be a really good running back, really fast. They got to get him going a little bit. Peyton Barber. Could they get Anthony Johnson? Could they get some of these rookie guys to come out and play well? Chris Godwin. Could their offense be really explosive? But then their defense. Todd Bowles is a good defensive coordinator, but the Bucs are just so average on defense. And now they lose Gerald McCoy, and who knows how good of a locker room guy McCoy is. Everybody says he's a great locker room guy. I'm not sure he was a perfect locker room guy. So they do sign Ndamukong Suh. I'm looking at their defense. Vita Vea and Carl Nassib, Noah Spence. These are all high round picks that need to freaking play well. Devin White, of course, out of LSU with Kevin Minter, Levante David. This defense is actually looking pretty deep. Like, on paper, this team looks freaking awesome. Carlton Davis at Auburn was a really damn tough defensive cornerback. I loved watching Carlton Davis at Auburn. I love that Auburn secondary with Kevin Steele. What Steele is able to do, Kevin Steele, on that defense, that was a really fun Auburn team to watch. So, Bo Allen's still on this team. Jason, Pierre-Paul. But Carl Nassib, I don't think you have enough pop. And in your defense, Vernon Hargraves has been a massive disappointment. He's too small, but he was selected number 8 overall, I think. Justin Evans, where is he from? Oklahoma State, North Carolina. He's from Texas A&M. Bryce Cantrell, I don't know. I'm a wait and see with this Tampa team. I still think Atlanta rolls in this division. It's hard to make the postseason. It's damn hard. There's only 12 out of the 32 teams in this league are representing in the playoffs, and I don't believe that the Bucs are one of them. Will Jameis make that leap? Will Jameis be the guy going forward? Even if the Bucs get to 8 wins and show great improvement, that is very, very important for this team for Jameis Winston. And really, if Jameis balls out, this is one of the ends. If Jameis has a great, great offseason, this is where Jason can really, really see into the future. If Jameis has a brilliant offseason, then maybe you should sign him for 3 years and give him a whole, like a Blake Bortles contract. Because then you then get Jameis Winston on the cheap. If he goes out and balls out, you're going to have a bidding war for Jameis. He'll then have leverage. You might want to sign Jameis Winston. Look at what the Eagles just happened today. You might want to sign Jameis Winston when you can. If you love the kid, do it. Clearly, the Titans don't like Mariota. So with Bruce Arians, he's an older guy. Why doesn't he get a Kevin O'Connell? Why didn't he hire Sean Gleason or Graham Harrell? There needs to be a guy. Bruce Arians in his late 60s thought he was retired. There needs to be a guy under Bruce Arians that is going to be the leader of this team when Bruce steps aside. Maybe it is Byron Leftwich. Maybe Leftwich is going to be the head coach with Todd Bowles after Bruce Arians departs. And that will be damn awesome. That will be awesome. Maybe that's what's going to happen. But is Tampa Bay going to make the playoffs? I doubt it. But can they get to 8-8 and be a damn fun team to watch? Hell yeah. I like where Tampa's going. I like the Bulls hire for the defensive coordinator. I love the Devin White pick. I think Jason Licht doing a really nice job. O.J. Howard, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. So many guys I love on this team. The Sue signing. Ali Marpet. Donovan Smith. Their offensive line still needs work. Offensive line needs work. And then wide receiver-wise, they have some guys. They have Anthony Johnson, like I talked about. They have DeMarcus Lodge. DeMarcus Lodge is freaky talented, man. He's damn good. DeMarcus Lodge. A possible player to really kind of look at DeMarcus Lodge. I think Lodge can actually do some work. So, boy, Brait, O.J. Howard, man, oh man. This is a team. Blaine Gabbert is the backup quarterback. Nick Fitzgerald is the wildcat quarterback. There is no running back really on this football team. No running back really at all. Andre Ellington, he's a 30-year-old back. 30-year-old back out of Clemson. So I see 8-8, but I'm intrigued by this Bucs team. I really am. I think it's going to be a fun team. I said they would make the playoffs last year. I don't believe that the turnaround is going to be that drastic this quickly. You still have Saints. You still have Falcons in that division. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Bruce is still getting back to it. And also, is your defensive secondary going to be that good to win against Breeze and Matt Ryan? Probably not. Well, this was the worst defense in the whole NFL. It's not just going to snap for Tampa. They're making some improvements. They're doing little things. They're going to be 8-8. But they should, if you love famous Jameis, if he does good enough in training camp, let it rip and sign him. Sign him for 3 years. 3 years, $18 million. Give him like 70% of the contract. Why not sign him? Sign him cheap. You're going to have to pay Jameis like $30 million if he has one good year, which he is clearly capable of doing. You could save like $40 million if you like Jameis Winston, give him the shot. So this team, ceiling-wise, 9-7, 8-8. I got screwed by the Bucs. I thought they were taking the leap. It was Chicago that took the leap. I like Jameis Winston, though. I've always been a Jameis guy. I mean, he's clutch as hell. Boy, that guy's been a clutch quarterback. He is a clutch quarterback. I mean, people ragged on him his sophomore season at Florida State because, he would like kind of fool around early in the game through all these interceptions. The guy is nails in the fourth quarter. He's clutch. I mean, he won the national championship over Nick Marshall and Auburn with a game-winning drive. He came out against Pittsburgh freshman year, 5 touchdown passes. What a great college player. Big arm, tons of confidence, Hoover, Alabama. Matured over the years, too. I mean, that Uber thing years ago. Him yelling at the table years ago, crab leg thing, college. He's been nothing but a good pro since he'd been to Tampa Bay. And Bruce Arians knows that he's a good guy, too. So, Bucs, a little bit of a Bucs preview, a little bit of NFC South. Thank you guys for listening to this episode, putting a lot of videos together on the table, a lot of different video content. I want to thank you guys so much for giving this show an opportunity to be successful and just pumping out content. And I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in,